Hey you guys, it's Kandi. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am here to show y'all how I feed my dogs a raw food diet. So I have two little dachshunds and their names are Willie and Johnson. And I knew that when I first got them, I wanted to feed them an all-meat diet. I went back and forth with the idea of whether to feed them raw or whether to feed them cooked, and whether to make my own or purchase it. So I got nervous that I was not going to feed them the correct amounts and everything that they needed. So I ended up buying pre-made food. I went through several different companies and the food was expensive, but I was willing to pay the price as long as my dogs enjoyed it. But they had a love-hate relationship with every company that I ended up purchasing from. Some of these companies had vegetables involved in their mixture, and some of them were all meat. So I was very frustrated. I felt like I was wasting my money, but I wanted to do right by my dogs so that they would be healthy and live long lives. So I ended up watching a video from Lynn Tucker Carnivore, and she inspired me to just take the plunge and make my dogs food myself. I do follow an 80-10-10 rule, which is about 80% muscle meat, 10% which is made up of half of liver and half of other secreting organs, and then 10% bone. Now with my puppies, I do feed them a little bit more bone because they are puppies and growing, and that's what I've read, that they need a little bit more. I'm not going to give you guys exact ratios because of the fact that every dog's different, every breed is different. And if you end up making your own dog's food, you need to do a little bit of research and make sure the recipe you use is what you are comfortable with your puppies. So for this particular batch of food, I used 90% lean ground beef, 7% lean turkey. I had a blended up mixture of liver and tripe, heart, and gizzards. So the powder mixture, I just added additional bone meal in that I had purchased because the chicken paws was not enough to equal the 10% or extra that's needed for dogs. I am by no means an expert in making dog food, but I do feel like the food that I use is superior quality by far to any commercially purchased dry dog food. I am comfortable feeding my dog this food that I'm making. They seem to be thriving. They love it. They no longer have a love-hate relationship with the dog food that I'm feeding them. They are always happy to eat and excited to eat. So here you're going to see me testing out my new recipe on the puppies, and you'll see that Johnson and Willie are just loving life and gobbling their food right up. If you are contemplating making your own dog food, do not hesitate. It's going to be way better than the kibble that you can buy in the store. Just do a little research and don't make it too hard. Don't make it too complicated. They're going to thrive on the food that you're giving them as long as you get the basic ratios down pat. So thank you all for joining me today. Hope to see you here next time. And until then, stop feeding your dogs processed food.